So you are convinced that caring more means achieving more. But this is not how it works. It's actually the opposite. And to prove this, let me ask you, how do you achieve your goals? Obviously by acting, not by thinking to the final result. Caring too much means wasting mental energies, because remember, mental energies are limited on stuff that doesn't actually bring you nearer to your final vision. You need to have a vision in order for you to know where to act. But then, the only thing that matters is acting. Stop caring so much. It makes you less likely to achieve the goal, because as we said, the more you think, the less you act. It also makes you more likely to be unhappy all the time you don't achieve the goal. And it makes you more anxious because you are trying to control something you have no control over. You control your actions, but you don't control outputs. You don't control results. Results depend on your actions and on luck. And since this channel is about flow state, a mental state where you get completely immersed into an activity, I have to tell you, caring about the final destination, caring and obsessing about the outcome will also make it impossible for you to enter flow state. Because flow, by definition, is autotelic. And this is just a fancy word to say that the goal of an activity in flow state resides in the action itself. In order for you to enter flow state, you need the activity to be intrinsically motivating for you. You need intrinsic motivation in flow. You need to love the action for the sake of the action itself. The outcome should only be a byproduct. And if you want a more spiritual take, just take this quote from the Bhagavad Gita into consideration. You have the right to perform your prescribed duty, but you are not entitled to the fruits of your actions. Meaning, what's up to you is acting, is your duty, it's your actions. Results are not up to you. They are only a consequence. They are just a byproduct. And I know that this doesn't seem like an optimal mind state to be in, but it's actually a win-win scenario, because you both are more likely to achieve the thing because you will be acting more. And it will also be 10 times more peaceful because you're actually focusing on the only thing you have control over, which is your actions, your duty. So you'll not only be more successful, but you will also be more resilient. I like to explain this to the people I work with in my coaching program like the bonus philosophy. You should start seeing results in your life like a bonus. Your focus should be on the actions, and then the final result is just a byproduct. It's just a bonus. It's just a gift from life. And trust me, this is the best way to build intrinsic motivation. Motivation that comes from within. It comes from yourself, not from external circumstances. How do you get immersed into something? How do you enter a flow state? Do you focus about the final destination, or do you actually focus on improving your craft, your abilities, which is your actions? Obviously by focusing on improving your craft. Because remember, mental energies are limited, so every time you choose to dream instead of acting, you're losing an opportunity to practice your skills, to improve them, to actually get immersed into something. Because dreaming feels good until you realize you haven't done anything real for your actual vision. It's kind of ironic. The more you think about your vision, the less likely you are to build that very same vision. But hey, we haven't even scratched the surface of the science of flow. And if you like this type of content, if you like this type of videos, just subscribe to the channel. Okay, so the first step is focusing on the action. And this is quite obvious if you think about it. But the actual next layer is a lot more interesting. At a certain point, you become the action. So in the beginning of your flow journey, and also to the people I work with in my coaching program, I initially tell them to focus on the action. But focusing on the action gradually becomes becoming the action. It's something very hard to explain and to understand, and the only way to actually understand it is to live it yourself. And the most ironic part is that while you are living this state, you won't even become aware of that. One of the main features of flow state is that your ego disappears when you're in flow. You don't think about yourself, which also means you can't be worried about stuff, because every worry you have is related to your ego. So scientifically it works like that. Your prefrontal cortex and your DMN, your default mode network, during flow get shut down. Your default mode network is a mind network that gets activated when we are not actively doing anything special. And when your DMN is activated, you are more likely to think about yourself, ego-related thoughts. So if in flow, your DMN gets shut down, you stop thinking about yourself, which means your ego disappears. But follow me, if your ego disappears, what it means is it has to become something else. And what happens is your ego sort of becomes the action. This is why I like to say you become the action. Because if your ego disappears, it has to transform to become something else, which is the action. In the beginning, you try to focus on the action. But flow is much better. You're not only focusing on the action, you are gradually becoming the action. And like I told you, you won't realize this while you are in flow state. The greatest sign you've been in a flow state is you didn't think about the fact that you were in a flow state. You didn't even realize, because you were so immersed that your own ego faded into the background. And this is why flow is so beautiful. That inner voice inside your head who says, I'm not enough, who gets worried about random stuff in your days, will disappear in flow state. What's left is pure presence, pure bliss, pure action, because there was a fusion between your ego and the action. You stop performing for something and you start performing as something, because you've now become the action. You've now become presence. This sounds spiritual, but it's actual science. If you don't believe me, just look at the science of flow state. This is real. It sounds incredible, and it actually is incredible. And the beautiful irony is, when you stop trying to prove yourself, you actually become the proof yourself. When you stop chasing excellence, you become excellent. When you stop caring about the final outcome, the outcome takes care of itself. And in the end, you will realize the actual secret. You were never really separate from your goals. You become your goals by disappearing into your work. I hope this video was useful, and in case you found value and you want to work with me one-on-one in my coaching program, just comment the word flow down below, or DM me, even better, on X, the word flow, and I'll just send you more details. And if you want more from me, you can also check out my X profile or my newsletter. Both the links are down below. And as usual, thank you for watching, and I'll see you